When I tell people about what I do as a pastor and living in North Omaha, I tell them I arrived here by accident. My wife says it better. She says, all of my fears came true. She says all of her fears came true. My wife is from South Omaha, and when God called us into ministry, we moved into a one-bedroom in North Omaha in a facility that was shared as our ministry center that was also shared with our in-laws. That's bad enough as it is. Then I became a pastor, worked in full-time ministry, and made very little money. All her fears came true. I thought I'd go to Creighton, get a good education, get a good job, make good money, maybe go overseas and play basketball. But after failing at both of those, I'm here today. You're stuck with me. The reality is God began to change our hearts. He began to give us his heart for the child and family that was living in poverty. When we saw the 16-year-old who grew up and lived right across the street from our house and was shot in the back 4 times on the corner and died, being at his funeral. He began to give us his heart for children who would be kicked out of school because they didn't have the right clothes, they smelled too bad. The thing that I didn't want to do, which is become a pastor and move to North Omaha, God began to show me that he had given me everything I needed for what he was calling me to do. If you were to tell me several years ago, Josh, you'd be a pastor and you'd work in North Omaha, I'd say you're crazy. I'd say that is impossible. But because of what God has done in our lives, not only is it possible, but God's power is being put on display.